for the gift of the totem pole and their cultural and artistic contributions to the Native Americans of the Pacific Northwest coastal tribes. Shortly, there will be more about the Lelooska family by Darwin Goody. Second, a special welcome and thank you to David Blodgett, an alumnus of CWU and past tribal council member of the Yakama Nation. He is also a member of the committee for this event, and he really helped make this day possible. Third, a special welcome to our Native American students, graduates, and friends of the university. At this time, I would like to introduce the president of Central Washington University, Dr. James Dolph Norton.
Thank you very much, Jim. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a real privilege to be able to say welcome. Dr. Pappas and I are just a few of the people you will be meeting who will be saying welcome. This is an occasion to bring us closer together in understanding and in love. We appreciate the opportunity. Thank you very much for coming. Have a great day.
I've been getting notifications. Can you hear me back there? Okay. I was told to speak a little louder, but the Yakamas have often reminded us that this land, this valley, was an ancient gathering place. The gift of the totem pole to Central Washington University and the characters will be recognizable and accepted by all Northwest Indians. The totem pole, of course, will be located in the university library. The library is the treasury of our campus. This pole, therefore, rests in the Kittitas Valley, the gathering place for many tribes over the past several centuries. This totem pole sparked an idea for Native American Week so that we can honor and acknowledge the Plateau Indians, the Coastal Indians, and the Southwest Plains Indians. Please join the university community and its Native American friends all of this week for art exhibits, films, basket weaving, lectures, carving, and other cultural events. If you note on the schedule of events, the displays and lectures will take place in the library, Black Hall, the Science Building, and Barge Hall. Now, if I could, just let me digress for a minute, and it'll only be a minute, to suggest that each of us take a time to connect with the past. This week, today, sit down and listen. Use all of your senses to reflect and to imagine. Imagine you hear the voices of the Native Americans who centuries ago inhabited this land, this gathering place, the Kittitas Valley. Let your imagination light up. Then listen. You will hear, I'm sure, the rhythm of the earth as the wind blows through the trees, bringing you the voices from the past, the night sounds of the coyote from the Yakama storage Spilye, the wolves, the early morning sounds of owls, ravens, pheasants, loons, and other birds indigenous to the state and to the Yakama Valley. But there will be more sounds, voices of the Indians, their chants, drums, dancing, and the shaking of beads. There will be the sighting of furs, beautiful masks and baskets, as well as skins, roots, carved stone, smells of cedar, smoked salmon, and many other things Indian people value. Then there are the list of familiar names, which will come before you, and I'm not going to name them all, but if you go to a map, you will see Yakima, Nez Perce, Colville, Nespelem, Wenatchee, Matau, Entiat, Chelan, Wanapum, Quinault, Puyallup, and it goes on. Think about that sometime this week, and we'll treasure it dearly. The library, the CW Library, holds a collection of books and materials well worth looking into. And there are also a number of Native American faculty and administrators who are knowledgeable about their cultures. There's also a master's degree program here offered in Native American Studies at the graduate level. And there are also many proud alumni of this university who are members of tribal councils and who are tribal leaders. Last, we appreciate the departments of anthropology, art, geography, history, and sociology. I hope I'm not missing anybody else who helped with this. I would be remiss, of course, if I didn't thank Bobby Culkin, who's the director of our Dr. Culkin, who's the director of our Native American Graduate Studies program, Morris Hubelacher, who is the author of Time Ball, a preface very much worth reading, as well as the rest of the book, Dr. Candy Cleary in sociology, and Dan Jack, director of the alumni relations. And could I ask the committee that put on this event to come forward? Darwin, who's the chair, please come forward. Chris Smart, can you leave that camera a second? Brett Bledgy, who I forgot to announce last night. Why don't you identify yourselves?
Oh, I was thinking of my next remark. No, I'm Darwin Goody.
Rochelle McGinnis.
Brett Bledgy.
Interior Bennett. Chris Smart. And Noel
The good-looking
Wyatt.
gentleman on the
Yeah.
I want to thank them all for a lot of hard work for putting on this week. Let's give them a round of applause. And now I would like to introduce Dr. Darwin Goody, who is a longtime professor of psychology at the university, and now he's a professor emeritus. Darwin?
I hope you'll forgive me if I talk to the third and fourth graders here. We think at the same level, same interest level, and things like that. So I want to tell them a very short story. Back in Dodge City time, Gunsmoke time, 1850, a gentleman at Harvard wanted to do a study of Native American Indians and write a book about them. So he headed west. He got on the boat, the train, and then the boat, and then the stagecoach, eventually got down to a wagon, and finally just a pony. And he was out on the northern plains of Nebraska among the Lakota Indians, and he got pretty frightened about all that. He didn't see how those people could possibly live out there with, you know, none of the things that we're so used to, drive-ins and all that. So he gave up. He said, this is not for me. And he went back to Harvard. And he started his paper. The Plains Indians always travel in single file. At least the one I saw did. Well, one of the things that we have tried to do through the Lelooska Foundation and many of those things is broaden people's view of American Indians, Native Americans, if you will. One of the things we hope to do with this event is make it a memorable event for you the day the totem pole came to Central and the Lelooska family came to Central, and you got to witness some of these things that are happening. In terms of the potlatch, it's a tradition among Northwest Coast Indians to do potlatches to signify important events, to document them, to authenticate them, if you will. Now, some of you may have had the misfortune of being stopped sometime by a patrolman and not having some little written document that said that that was your car. But wouldn't it be wonderful if several hundred people could come up and say, yes, I was there the day that Sarah got her car, and she paid for it, it's duly hers. You know, so many of the events that take place that we authenticate with the potlatch are simply to witness it, to say, yes, we saw this happen, we know these rights were transferred, we know these privileges. And so the purpose of this today would be in a way to authenticate the transfer of the property rights of the pole that Tsungani carved to Central Washington University. And along with that, we like to have a good time and food and gifts and things like that. That's all traditional with the potlatch. Back to my first story, you read a lot about potlatches, and they're often written by a person who attended only one. They're for many reasons, many events take place at them, song and dance and food and so on. But one of the basics in there is to authenticate the power of the chief the property of the chief, that he has these rights to do these things. If you happen to be a felon and the governor pardoned you, you'd need more than just a single word from him. You'd hope there was some documents or a lot of people, the legislature, not the witnesses. So that's kind of a simple-minded explanation of this, but it is a very important event when you transfer rights and property, and so that's part of it. The Lelooska family are going to come out now and do a welcome dance to welcome you. The first out you'll see is Chief Tsungani. It was his brother Lelooska and the entire family who were adopted into the Kwajalein tribe of northern Vancouver Island, given all the rights and privileges to do these things. Now, rights and privileges are treasured among all Indian bands and tribes, certainly among the Northwest Coast, that they have the right and authority to present these types of things. There we come. And you can imagine how you'd remember to go to potlatches and see many dances done in this beautiful regalia that they have, showing their wealth, showing the things that are important to them. Chief? His headdress is kolus. That's the headdress indigenous to his tribe. You want to announce this?
You're giving the rundown like a
We'll put you on.
Thank you.
This is Chief Tsungani.
Well, we welcome all of you here this morning, and I just want to say a thank you to the college for their generosity to us and for having their small potlatch here to celebrate the uncovering or unveiling of their totem pole that we were able to make for them. We have a couple of gifts we would like to distribute this morning ourselves, and then we would like to do a traditional dance of welcome, the women's dance, for you. And then I believe after that we all get to go and eat a lot of delicious salmon thanks to the Yakima people. So if I can get the president up here and my sister up here too and Dr. Pappas. Here. Yeah, we want to present to them 2 books of legends that my brother was fortunate enough to be able to complete before his death, and to, in a way of saying to them, thank you so much for the generosity and the feast, and giving us the pleasure to be able to share some of our culture with you people over here on the east side. So we'd like to give them each a set of these books.
Very much.
See if I can get the rest of my group over here, and we'll gather them, and then we'll do a traditional women's dance. See, our culture is quite a bit different from what you see here on the east side. But we have one special thing in common, and most of the Indian people in this part of the country do, and that's the salmon. So when I was making the pole, one of the characters my brother always loved so much to carve on a pole was Salmon Woman, because she brought the salmon to the Northwest to all the people. So I tried to choose figures for the pole that would relate not only to our tribe, but also to other tribes in the plateau and the plains, all the different characters. Raven is important to all the Indian people, it seems like, so I chose it for the top. Salmon Woman, because like I said, she brought the great gift of the salmon to our people. And then the bottom, the Bear Mother, because all of us in the Pacific Northwest have the bear in common. So I'm going to get my drum here, then we're going to dance a traditional dance of welcome, the women's dance. We'll see if they figured out which direction they're going this morning. Are you ready? Well, that's our traditional way of welcoming all of you here today. It's actually not my feast, but the college's. But them allowing us to share in it and to share our culture has been a great gift from all of you. I would like to thank two people in particular with this whole project with the totem pole for you folks over here. And that's Chris Smart and Darwin Goody. We've known Darwin for many years and he's been a really good and faithful friend. And Chris is a great friend, and I think we nearly drove him crazy over the totem pole and filming it, but he seems to have survived. So I believe now, isn't it, Darwin, time for everyone to go eat salmon? Huh? Well, thank you very much.
Just a reminder that at 12:30 in the library will be the unveiling and the blessing and the dedication of the totem pole. You're all welcome. 12:30.
Stuff down, or just
I'm just switching it off for now.
okay. Imagine Dave will do that eventually.